Hello children, welcome back. And it's been a long time, I guess 2 weeks, and we were all down with the exam fever and everybody was busy doing their paper, taking their exams, writing and learning. So now we are back to our videos, and this week I am going to take your social studies and something interesting we are going to study. But before that, let me talk about something. Exams, you can see on the screen, they're all over, they're all done. You are back to your normal routine. You are going to visit your classes. You're going to be back with present ma'am, absent ma'am, and so the routine is going to get back, the flow is going to get back, and so we are going to get back to the videos. Like I said, I have brought something interesting for you, and let's see and let's check out what is it.
Okay children, when I talk about ethics, when I talk about manners, when I talk about civic sense, what all it brings to your mind? Okay, it brings to your mind being a good citizen of the country. It talks about behaving well with the elderly people, and then it talks about your responsibilities towards the country. What are your responsibilities and what are your duties towards the country? So in this lesson, in this video, in this session, we are going to study about the responsibilities of a good citizen. How you need to behave in a public place, how you need to behave with or how you need to deal with the public environment, public property, and what are your duties, what are your rights, what the government wants from you, what the leading authorities want from you or desire. Let's talk more about it. When I talk about responsibilities of a good citizen, I talk about the basic behavior towards the environment or towards the environment. This chapter, responsibilities of a good citizen, comes under civics. Now what is civics? I know in your level civics is quite a high topic, but civics is very important and we should know the meaning of what civics is. Civics is based on a Latin word. It comes from a Latin word which means civicus, and civicus means citizen. It means citizen. What does this citizen mean? Citizen means when you belong to a particular country, you become a citizen. You become a citizen. A citizen is a person who is a native or a member of a particular country. Civics is the study, children. It is all about learning about the rights and duties of citizen, like I told you. It teaches the importance of being a good citizen, how good you can be in a community, how the laws can protect you, and how it can form the society. So let's study about civics. Civics, it is the study of human rights, duties of a citizen, the governance, and the environment in which our society is formed. That is known as the civics. Now children, what is civics? What is civic sense? Civic sense, you can take it, it is a social ethic that refers to good manners which our parents and our teachers teach us. Citizens with civic sense follow the rules and all the laws given in the country. They show respect for others. Then they do not spit on roads. They have clean habits. They keep the parks and public properties very clean. They listen to their elders and do not abuse or use any bad language. Now, what is the importance of studying civics? To understand the human rights, we need to understand our human rights. Then, to understand the duties of citizens. Like I said, there are certain duties which have been given by the Constitution of India. We need to abide by those. To understand social, cultural, and economic environment in which we live, We have to understand what kind of cultural, what kind of social, what kind of economic environment has been given to us, and we need to abide them also. To promote peace and security in our society. Peace and security is very important. Unless and until you have peace, you have, the so-called word Shanti in your environment, you will not have the satisfaction of living in your particular community or in particular country. To understand and uphold the culture. Children, to understand and uphold the culture means you have to follow what the culture is talking about. You have to follow and understand your culture. If you cannot understand your culture, if you are not following your culture, you are not going to be in that particular community. Your society will keep on nagging. Your parents will keep on nagging you. So we need to abide by the culture which our society has given to us. To establish good relationship and respect. You live in a neighborhood, you live in a colony, you must be living in a in an area which has a closed atmosphere. You need to have a good relationship with them. Civics talks about good relationships with your neighbor, with your relatives. Like I told, civic sense. Civic sense means social ethics. It means social ethics. Like keeping roads, streets, public property clean. Civic sense means you have to keep your environment which has been given to you by the government clean. You need to be responsible. Like you keep your house clean, your environment at home clean. Similar is the case when you talk about public property. Abiding to the law, respecting everyone, and maintain peace. You have to maintain peace, and that talks about civic sense. Now, what is a citizen? Who is a citizen? A citizen is a person who is a member of a particular country. I am a citizen of India. I am an Indian citizen. If your cousin or anybody who's living in abroad, let's say the USA, so they are the citizen of USA. Every person, every human has a citizenship of its own country. They have the rights given by the government. Your Indian government has given you the rights and regulations to how to behave in your country. We all should be good citizens. We should not try to be bad citizens. How can you be good citizens? What are the ways to be a good citizen or a responsible citizen? What are your responsibilities? Volunteer. Volunteer means participate. Participate to be an active member in your community. You should always try to be an active member. See, if in your colony there are certain things, there are activities happening, you should try to be a part of it. Planting, saving the environment, taking part in the activities which is happening in your neighborhood. That is how you can be a good citizen. Then be honest and trustworthy. You should not try to lie or put others down. You should try to help each others out. Follow the rules and laws. When you live in a colony, when you live in a particular place, they have their own rules. Like many of you must be watching Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. In that they have a colony, right? They have a society, and when they all are living in that society, they have certain rules and regulations to follow. If they are not abiding by the rules and regulations, then the head, the person talks about it, talks to the parents, talks to the children. So that is how, when you're living in a society, you need to follow all the rules and regulations and the laws. Respect the rights of others. When somebody is talking, when somebody is trying to help you out, you need to respect that person. Be informed. Means you need to inform when you're doing something. If happened something to you, you need to inform others. Keep the relationship transparent. Respect the property of others. In a colony, if you're living, somebody's car has been parked, you can't just go and bang away the car. No, you need to respect them, their property, their materials. Be compassionate. Compassionate means try to be, have sympathetic kind of a behavior. Have sympathy towards your neighbors. Have sympathy in your environment. Take responsibility of your own actions. If you've done something wrong, you need to take responsibility. You should say, okay, I have done this wrong. I am sorry. I'm extremely sorry. You should be responsible towards your actions. Be a good neighbor. Don't keep fighting. Don't keep nagging. you should try to be good neighbor. Many on this social networking sites we find videos leaking where neighbors are fighting with each other, pushing, pulling, getting violent. No, when you're living in a society, you should try to be humble. You should try to be a good neighbor. Protect the environment. How are you going to protect the environment? Try to help the others out in protecting the environment. Cleaning the place where you are living. Trying to help others out. Educate people if they don't know about particular thing, about the cleanliness. Educate them. That is how you are going to be a good citizen of your country. If you are putting your full effort, only then you are going to be a good citizen of your country. Otherwise, it will not help you out like fighting, nagging, doing wrong things. Now, what are your responsibilities? These are the things, these are the responsibilities which you need to keep in mind. Every citizen has some roles and responsibilities towards their nation. Your nation needs something from you. Your nation expects something. And that expectancy is that you need to always be a responsible citizen. How can you be a responsible citizen? Participation in elections. When you reach the age of 18, you should or you must go and vote. You have the power to elect your government. Next, so that further you will not say, oh, I did not vote. That is why this is like this. No, go. You have been given the authority. The responsibility is yours. Go and vote. Elections are held in every democratic country to select the government. Like I said, 18 years of age, please go. That is your authority. That is your right. You need to go and vote. The elected government upholds the needs of the citizens and run the country. The government needs young generation. As soon as you are 18 children, you must go and vote. That is your right. The government needs you. In democratic country, every citizen enjoys the privilege of voting rights. Everybody in India, in our country, enjoys the voting right. You have a little sensation, you have a little pride in voting. Next, what is the importance of voting? Every citizen above the 18 years of age has the right to vote. Now, why do you need to vote? You need to be a good citizen by voting. How? It gives us the right to voice out our choice. You can tell, you can speak. India is a democratic country, you have the right to speak. We should vote responsibly since the country's future lies in our decision. We are young generation. Even we have the right to speak when it comes to our country. Voting gives a sense of empowerment to every individual. We do not cast our vote. Corrupt officials may misuse our votes illegally. If we are not voting, children, somebody else may take our ID and they may misuse the particular vote. So you must go and vote. That is your right. That is your responsibility. Like I said, you need to be a good neighbor to be a responsible citizen. You need to be a good neighbor. Now, what are your duties to be a good neighbor? Neighbors are the people who live near us and their behavior influences our daily lives. The way you behave, they make a picture of yours. By your behavior, they make a picture of yours. Okay, this person is like this person is like this. Good neighbors make everyone feel comfortable. You need to make each other comfortable. Maintains friendly relations. You need to make a friendly relation with your neighbor. You don't need to fight every time. Good neighbors always help others. If you are going to be a good neighbor, you will always be able to help others. Now, care for public and private places. How can you take care of the public and private places? Public property. There are many properties which are common to all of us living in the society. Example, public roads, places of worship, libraries, school, public transport, etc. These are all ours. Public property does not mean, this is his, this is mine, this is his. No, it is ours. Take public property just like your own property. Only then you will become a responsible citizen. These properties are created from the income collected from the public in the form of taxes. You are paying for these properties. The buses you ride, the public buses, the parks you visit, you are paying the taxes, the roads, the flyovers. You should not try to, break all these things. Try to just keep them safe. Don't go and scribble on the road or on the walls. You see, near the flyovers, there are big pots. What do you see? There are people, those who are kicking the pots, and the pots break up. That is not being a good citizen. You cannot be a good citizen like this. You cannot be a good citizen like this. That is your money with which the things are getting built up. Therefore, no individual can claim ownership over these properties. It is for everybody. You cannot say that this is yours or this is mine. This is for everybody. It is a public property, be it a school, be it a church or a temple or any worship place. Private property, things which we have bought from our income, is known as private property and belongs to us. That you can say, okay, this is mine, this is mine. Nobody can use these things without your permission. Each and everything which belongs to you is a private property. How can you take care of the public property? It is important, children, to take care of public property as it belongs to everybody. Single road, single tree on the road, everything belongs to you. You need to take care of it. Any harm to public property becomes very bad for us also, children. School property, like you all live in a school, study in a school. We all often go to the school. The school provides facilities that are used by all the children and teachers. It is the property that belongs to us. You are studying in the school. You should not try to break the windows. You should not try to break the benches or scribble on the benches. There are children, those who keep scribbling on the benches as if, oh, it does not belong to me. No, of course, children, it belongs to you. It belongs to you. That is your particular thing where you're getting education from. So you should try not to break or try not to harm any property which is also yours and others. We should not scribble on walls or scratch on desks. Always throw the waste or litter in the dustbin. Switch off the fans and lights of a classroom when not in use. Remember, in the assembly, our principal brother always says that you should turn off the fans and lights and then move out of the room. Even when you are at home, you must be turning off your lights, right? So same thing has to be done in the school property also. You should try to turn it off and be on time that all the fans and lights are off. Try to throw the garbage in the dustbin. Playground of the school should be kept clean. Don't try eating and then throwing on the playground. No, that is not a good place or habit. Parks. You must have observed that how many people of all ages enjoy exercising, walking and playing in parks. We should always walk on the path meant for walking and playing in the area which is given to you. Do that. We should not pluck flowers and damage plants. We should not throw rubbish or eatables in the park. Always use dustbins. Some people walk their pets in the park. They must bring them on a leash. If the dog litters, then the litter should be collected and thrown in the waste bin. You know, in abroad, in foreign countries, if they are taking their dogs out for a walk, they are supposed to carry the dustbin with them. So that if the dog litters the park or the public place, they have to pick it up and throw it. So this is how they take care of their resources. They are taking care of their public property. We also need to do such things. We also need to take care of our public places. Public transport. See, scribbling names on the painted area is also a wrong act. Many people, they go and scribble their names. That is wrong. Some damage the seats of buses by tearing the seat covers. That is also wrong. You should always buy ticket while traveling in a public transport. Some children or some people, what do? They keep fighting with the collector. If you see someone doing wrong, then you must inform the concerned authorities. You should always inform and not get indulged in any kind of act. Monuments. Monuments are historical places which tell us about the past. We should try to keep them safe too. Some people damage the walls by writing their names on them. This is a wrong act again. We must not damage the property by scribbling or writing. Do not throw litter around. Always use dustbins. Always follow the instructions given to you. Children hospital. Hospital is also an institution which provides medical facilities. So we should maintain low noise tones in all the areas of the hospital. You must be checking out, there are signs given, no horn zone. We should visit the patient according to the visiting hours fixed by the hospital, and we should abide by all the rules and regulations. Place of worship, we should respect the cultures of such places. All the cultures should be respected. Silence should be maintained at places of worship. Do not scribble or write on the property which belong to such places. We should try to maintain discipline there. So children, this was all about how you need to behave, how you need to be in a public place or in a private place, how you need to be taking care of public and private property, how you need to behave, how you need to keep the ethics and manners within you, which has been taught to you by your teachers and your parents. So try to keep all these things in your mind and you will definitely become a good citizen. Know your responsibilities, and right now your responsibility is to stay safe and stay healthy. So stay safe, stay healthy, be a responsible citizen, and right now your responsibility is to stay home, stay safe, don't come out of your house. That is the priority, that is the utmost responsibility you all should follow right now during this pandemic. Stay healthy, stay safe. Bye-bye. God bless you.